They lived with something for 9 years that didn't just move objects. It moved their sense of reality inch by inch until the idea of normal stopped existing. Tonight, I'm going to tell you exactly what the Perron family saw inside that farmhouse in Harrisville, Rhode Island, and why the thing that haunted them might still be looking for a way back. Welcome to the KNOSIS Tape Podcast. The studio's lit low tonight, just the faint pulse of the LED strip along the desk and the soft reflection of my monitor on the black glass behind me. I've been deep in archives for hours. Taped interviews with Andrea Perron, old police notes, fragments of Ed and Lorraine Warren's handwritten case files. The deeper I dug, the more I realized this wasn't about flickering lights or creaking floors. It was about an intelligence that could rewrite your thoughts until you couldn't tell the difference between what happened and what it wanted you to remember. If you've ever felt like a bad memory was placed in your head by something that wasn't you, hit like, subscribe, drop a comment, and share, because the Perron family didn't just see a ghost. They lived with a mind that could walk around inside theirs. It started small. A broom vanishing, a dustpan turning up in the freezer. Doors opening on their own, always slow, like someone was savoring the movement. The parents thought it was just an old house settling. But there's a moment, and every long haunting has it, where the activity stops feeling random and starts feeling timed. Like it's waiting for you to notice. Andrea said that sometimes she'd catch her sisters staring into corners where nothing was, until you asked, and then they'd blink, confused, as if they couldn't remember what they'd been looking at. The Warrens called it a presence. I think it was closer to a process. Imagine something that doesn't need to scare you to control you, something that studies your attention, your habits, the rhythm of your breathing, and then starts inserting itself into the gaps. Andrea described waking up in the middle of the night to find her bed slightly turned, not all at once, but shifted an inch at a time night after night, until it faced a wall with no windows. Her mother began losing blocks of time, standing at the sink, washing the same plate for minutes, her eyes unfocused, lips moving like she was repeating instructions to herself. And then came the smell. It wasn't constant, but it was targeted, a thick, rotting sweet odor that seemed to appear right behind you, close enough to feel on your neck. The family would freeze when it happened. Sometimes they'd hear breathing with it, too slow, too steady to be human. The worst moments weren't the loud ones. They were the quiet rewrites. Andrea recalled hearing her mother call her name from upstairs, only to find her mother outside, hanging laundry, swearing she hadn't said a word. It happened often enough that they stopped answering when they were called. That's how you know something's gone deep, when it can use your own loved ones as an interface. One night, Andrea saw a woman in a gray dress standing by her bed. The face wasn't blurry, but it didn't move like a living face. The eyes seemed to scan in micromotions, too quick, like a camera lens adjusting. She says the woman opened her mouth, but instead of words, Andrea heard her own voice from some earlier day, whispering something she didn't remember saying. That's how it kept itself inside the house. Not just by lingering in the walls, but by nesting in their memories, recycling them, replaying them at the wrong times. The parents eventually moved. The house still stands. People go there now expecting jump scares, objects flying across rooms. But that's not the real danger. The real danger is that you walk in thinking you're alone in your head, and you leave with a thought that doesn't belong to you. And here's what keeps me up tonight. If that thing could plant itself in memories, then it doesn't need the house anymore. It just needs you to remember it. That's how it survives. That's how it travels. So if you dream of a gray dress tonight and it turns to look at you, don't speak first. Don't give it your voice. Sleep light. The darkness remembers your name.